Hi, everyone. All right, now we're going to talk about Zoom screen sharing. And this is an amazing feature within Zoom. And this is where I think you're going to find some resources maybe you didn't even know were here. So let's go ahead and take a look at our toolbar. And along the bottom, you're going to notice you have the share screen feature. Let's start by looking at the carrot top arrow first. So on this one, I have a couple of options. One participant can share at a time, or multiple participants can share simultaneously. I don't recommend that one. Here, let's click on Advanced Sharing, and then we'll see why. So under here, when you see multiple participants, they really do strongly suggest dual monitors. There's a lot there. I can't imagine there's really a great reason to have more than one person sharing at a time. I'd kind of keep that there. And who can share? This is where if you want your students to be able to share a screen also, you could come in here and you could click on all participants. And then who can start sharing when someone else is? You definitely want to keep this as you in case you need to step in and share your screen over the top of somebody else. So this is up to you. Again, like most things with Zoom, it's really important to have some best practices in place and to really go over these with your students prior to ever stepping into a Zoom meeting. So these are the different options in terms of sharing your screen. So those are kind of the basic ones. Now let's look at what screen sharing can look like. So I'm going to click on the little arrow above screen share, and this is going to bring up for me lots and lots of different options. First of all, let me tell you that you need to have something open on your desktop in order for it to show up here. So if you have a screen minimized, it's not going to show up here. So you need to make sure that you have maximized your screen and that it's up on your desktop before you start screen sharing. So that's kind of a tip where I've learned to, kind of floundered around several times. Where did it go? So anyway, but you're going to notice you have different options now. So you can click on whichever screen it is that you want to share. So if you wanted to share this screen, you could click on it. And then as soon as you click the share button, this is the screen that's going to pop up for everybody to see. So nobody is seeing this yet. They're still just seeing the video. So that's a feature that's really helpful so that you have some time to find what it is that you're looking for. Another feature you're going to notice here is the whiteboard feature. Yes, you have the option to have a whiteboard as part of the work that you do. So I'm going to come back and show you this here in just a couple of minutes. And then if you have some kind of Apple device, you do have the ability to share that as well with your students. So if there's some screen things that you want to do. All right, now you notice you have 3 tabs along the top. These are all the basic features. If you want to click over here on the advanced features, this is going to give you some more options. In your advanced feature, now you have the chance to be able to share only a portion of your screen. This is kind of cool. If you want to start off and you only want sound to come through on your Zoom meeting, you would click on this. Sound gets a little tricky when you're talking about Zoom, and so and we'll talk about that here in a minute, but if you are only going to do sound and you're not going to share a screen or anything, I would make sure that you've clicked on this feature and then share the music that you have on your desktop or whatever it is that you just want the sound to come through. And then this is going to be in another video, right? That's going to be found in the same thing. This is a whole separate video, but you also have the ability to share content from a second camera, i.e. your doc cam. So we're going to talk about that, like I mentioned, look for a different tutorial on how to do that. But this is where if you have your doc cam connected and you want to share the screen from your doc cam, you would need to come into advanced settings and you would click on this and then you would click share. And then you're going to be able to have whatever information is on each of these different pieces that you select. Let's look real quick at the portion of screen. So I'm going to go ahead and share a portion of my screen and notice how it brings up this little box. I know, and now you see my messy desktop. That's embarrassing. And so you can move this around and it will share with your students only where you have this. So that's a really cool feature. I'm going to stop that share and get off my messy desktop. Okay, so secrets out. All right, next, let's take a look at screen share again. And this time we're going to go back to basic. Now, if you are wanting to share a video from your screen, so you want your students to watch the same video together, If you look down at the bottom, you're going to notice a couple of different options. One of them is to share computer sound. If you're sharing a video, you're going to want to click on this, share computer sound. And that is going to make the sound a lot better through your video. If you don't have it on here, it might be hard for your students to hear. So just remember that with a video. Once you're done with the video, come back here and turn that off, because this isn't an optimal setting when you're sharing your screen. So it's kind of a clunky little piece, but that's their way of being able to make the sound go through. So imagine the things you're able to do. I guess if we have to come in here and do a little clunk, then that's probably acceptable. Okay, let me see if there's, I want to share with you the whiteboard feature. So let's go ahead and click on this next. Okay, let's see. There's a Zoom issue. Okay, I'm going to have to pause for a minute here and go fix this. Hold on. Okay, so a little glitch. Things like that happen with technology, right? Luckily, Screencastify has a nice pause button. Okay, so let's head back out here. So we're back to screen sharing. So I'm going to click on here, and I want to show you the whiteboard feature. So we're going to click on whiteboard, and then I'm going to go ahead and share. And this will bring up a whiteboard for my participants. Isn't that so cool? And so you're going to have the ability to do lots of different things on your whiteboard, and that's going to be in a different tutorial. But this is how you would bring up the whiteboard screen. And then I'm going to go ahead and click on Stop Share, and that's going to stop sharing my screen, and it brings me right back to my video. So those are lots of features that have to do with your screen share and the different availability and the options that you have with this feature. Super fantastic when you're teaching kids. All right, thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next tutorial.